We're live in Indianapolis, and on the track, the women's 400 meters. This is the final, determining the national champion. American record set by Valerie Briscoe in Los Angeles, 1984. Her time 48.83. The meet record, Lily Leatherwood of New York. In New York, pardon me, again in 1991, a time of 49.66. And the favorite here should be in lane 4, Jearl Miles-Clark, 30-year-old from Gainesville, Florida.
Miles-Clark, who has dabbled in the 800 meters this year with great success, obviously had a little bit of a tough choice. Should she go to that event, or should she stick with the event where she was the world champion back in 1993? She's made her decision to come here, and I have to think that strength from the 800 will help her greatly in the 400.
Little local knowledge in lane 6, Maicel Malone Wallace, 1990 NCAA champion.
Also went to North Central High School right here in Indianapolis, Arizona State, 1992. She won last year's Olympic trials in the 400 and won a gold medal as part of the 4x400 relay at 28 years old. Also a wily veteran of many national championship races. This level is something she's very, very familiar with.
Now living in Gainesville, Florida, went to college at Arizona State. There's the rest of the field. Chandra Burns, Shanelle Porter, Michelle Collins, Miles-Clark. Keep an eye on Kim Graham in lane 5, and then Malone Wallace, Jessica Hudson, Natasha Kaiser-Brown outside in lane 8.
In contrast to the men's team, the likely candidates coming out of this race for the women's 4x400 should be very experienced veterans. An excellent group of women's 400-meter runners in the United States. And there's Jearl Miles-Clark, 1:57.98. We saw her run at the Prefontaine meet. So she's in excellent strength form. Works on running 200-meter races to develop her 400-meter speed.
She won her semi in the time of 50.48. PR of 49.55.
That 50.48 is the fastest time in the world this year, and she may have to better that to win this race.
Malone Wallace off well, catching the outside runners now. Here comes Malone Wallace coming up on Hudson and Kaiser-Brown.
You see her third from the left of the screen in the orange.
Miles-Clark making her move now.
It's such an advantage for Miles-Clark to see Maicel Malone Wallace out there leading the charge. She can just relax through that backstretch. Now it comes down to strength, and we all know that Jearl Miles-Clark is the one with the strength just based on the time she's running the 800 this season.
Miles-Clark and Malone Wallace, and Miles-Clark just opening it up, running very relaxed and with great speed down the stretch. Malone Wallace may be caught for second. There's a battle there, and it's going to be Miles-Clark handily, and it looked like Kim Graham got up for second. Miles-Clark got a battle to hold third.
Meet record, more than a second faster than any woman has run in the world this year. An outstanding time for Jearl Miles-Clark.
Personal best, and she came off of that turn like a woman possessed, as if suddenly just in her lane, lane 4, there was a tailwind just for her. And that strength from the 800 meters that she displayed at the Prefontaine Classic in late May certainly did kick in. The last 150 meters of this 400-meter run, Craig, that was an incredible performance, the last 120, and that has got to give her great confidence going into the World Championships. At this point, the race seemed somewhat close between Jearl Miles-Clark on the right and Maicel Malone, but as she comes off the turn, she just explodes down the straightaway as if she was still running the first half of the race.
And she hasn't looked this good since the 93 World Championships when she won with just this kind of home stretch run. She's strong, she's quick, she's majestic, and you get a sense of the total relaxation when you see it here. Look at the way she's holding her hands, reminiscent of Carl Lewis when he ran some of his great 200-meter runs. Jearl Miles-Clark, she does it all, 400, 800. Hey, I'd like to see her in a 200.
Well, it was real close the next 3 spots, but Kim Graham got in for second. Maicel Malone Wallace got third, and there's the happy winner, Jearl Miles-Clark, and she's with Michelle Tafoya.
Well, yes, she's walking around a little bit here, but we are here. Congratulations. Down the stretch and off that turn, you just turned it on. What was going on there?
Well, I knew I had to get out of great 300. I saw Maicel outside of me. She looked great, and I did what my coach told me to, just dig in and go for it down the home stretch.
You have been training and running in some 800s. How much did that help you? How much do you would expect to help you down in Worlds?
Well, hopefully gives me a little more strength on that home stretch like I did today.
Are you planning to run the 200?
It all depends on what my coach says. That was a great run right there, so I hope I'll get a chance to, but I'm not sure.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tim?
What a race, what a performance by Jearl Miles-Clark to win the women's 400 meters. Kim Graham in a real battle to get second, and Maicel Malone Wallace. There were 4 of them stretched out there, and Malone Wallace hung on to get third.